Yup. What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? What it is and what it ain't, man. Another segment of Ray's podcast. Thank you for everybody that always be tuning in to the chat. Thank you to everybody that's always be commenting, like, and subscribe. Please make sure y'all still doing that. And if you're just joining in right now, please make sure you share. Share. We're trying to get the word out. We're trying to let a lot of people get involved. And we got a lot to talk about today because the Oklahoma City Thunder have won game 7 against the Pacers. Kevin Durant got traded, and we're going to talk about Shea Gildress and the main topic that everyone is all talking about. Should Tyrese Halliburton really have played when he knew the risk? All right, it's your boy Ray, man. I'm here with my guy, Rel. Rel, what's up with it, man?
Was goody.
How you feeling today, man?
Shit. Pretty good, man. Regular shit. Ready to get in dive into these topics. I mean,
Word, man. How did you take it looking at the final score and looking at the whole game yesterday?
well, kind of down. We gave y'all some bad picks. Know what I mean? I was right with the Thunder winning, but win some, you lose some. I feel like if Halliburton would have played, it would have had a different dynamic to the game. But we'll get into that a little later.
Yeah. Really tough on the injury. No one would like to see the game 7 looking like that. It kind of like broke everybody's heart on that. But like you said, we about to get into it. All right. So the Oklahoma City Thunder, OKC, finally won their first championship. They won their first championship ever. First championship. Shea Gilgeous Alexander and company. Chet Holmgren broke the record for the most blocks in the NBA Finals of Game 7 with 5 blocks. Jalen Williams turned up really good for them. A lot of their Alex Caruso did his thing. Aaron Wiggins, Casey Wallace, a lot of guys stepped up last night and they were able to get their first championship ever in the organization over the Indiana Pacers. And as we all know, Tyrese Halliburton went down in game 7 early. He started off going wild style. I'm gonna be honest with you, real man. You know, I gave the pick for the Pacers to win. And right here, rightfully so, I can stand up here and say that I was wrong on it. TJ McConnell clear for y'all though. TJ did his thing. But yeah, I got the pick wrong for game 7, and you definitely got the pick right. You'll speak on that for when you speak on things. But yeah, man, Tyrese Halliburton going down, that really changed up everything. Like that was just it sucked. It looked like he was about to go for 40. Honestly, I ain't never see him that serious. Like they try to joke about him being light skinned and everything like that, but like the way how he was talking, he came out hit his first threes. And normally when Halliburton come out shooting like that and making it, it's gonna be a long night for whoever he gotta go up against. And that was really like how that went. And they was able to do their thing, going into halftime. But when you playing one-on-one basketball so many times, when you playing like that, it ain't gonna work too long. You're not going against it. Pascal sitting down on the bench. I didn't like how Rick kept Pascal on the bench that long. But I guess when you have everything on the drawing board and it gets kind of wiped out, even though I feel like you should have been prepared for that, knowing that Tyrese potentially could have been hurt. When you wipe everything out, I think that was really tough. Oklahoma City was able to get that championship though. But tell me your side, man.
Man, that boy Shea did it, man. He just MVP, man. It's hard to bet against the best player in the league. Know what I mean? Like he's been doing it the whole playoffs, and he just rose to the occasion, as I thought he would. Granted, Halliburton getting hurt kind of messed up the flow of how the game probably could have went for the Pacers. Know what I mean? But regardless, Shea got it done. Know what I mean? He ain't get to 30. You feel me? But shit, he had the most assists in Game 7 than he had in any other game in the series, which I feel like is really what got them over the hump. Lou Dort hit them threes for y'all though, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that really got him over the hump. That was pretty amazing right now. Thank you for everybody joining in right now, man. If you are in here, make sure you share this video. If you can't share it on Facebook or Twitch or anything like that, share the link to some of y'all friends or people that you know in your family. We want a lot of people to come in to dive into this conversation. And by all means, we have the line open for people who would like to join in on the live as well too. Just let me know, and we can get y'all in here. If y'all can say whatever y'all gotta say, because we got some hot topics too that we'll be talking about. But Tyrese Halliburton, should Tyrese Halliburton have played? Now, the reason why I am bringing up this topic, well, we're bringing up this topic, is because Kendrick Perkins, as much people talk junk about Kendrick, that's funny. Kendrick Perkins, he was actually a prophet on this, real. I don't know if you saw it or not, but he before Game 6, actually, he said that Tyrese should not have played. He should not play. He should not play. He said that he told Kevin Durant, even when KD was hurt, that he should not come back and return. And then he said, "You saw what happened." He said, "I feel like Tyrese should not have, should not have, should not play." And because you know the risk of the injury, obviously, you know with anybody, it's the harder determination. Being that it's the NBA Finals, you really not going to sit down. But we when Tyrese went out there and played, he tore his Achilles, and that was really rough. So right then and there, Rel, even though it's the NBA Finals and you do know the risk, do you think Reese should have played, or do you think he should have focused more on his future?
I mean, you feel me? You don't know when you could get back to the finals. With that being said, like he said, if I could walk, I want to play. He did what he had to do, leader of the team. Like, know what I mean? He played Game 6 and they won. You feel me? He had days in between Game 6 and Game 7 to rehab, do what he got to do. Just unfortunate. He just, you feel me? It gave out on him. Know what I mean? Like, it's very unfortunate. But I feel like him playing, like, that's just something he had to do to show his leadership and just to, you feel me, give his team the best chance to win.
Yeah, man, the competitive side of me, and I feel like anyone who has any type of heart or any, the competitive side of me is, yeah, you got to play. I agree with you. You know, it's the NBA Finals. You never know when you're gonna get this opportunity. You got to go out there again. But now it's really tough on the other side because when now I think about it, it's like a lot of players have been playing and putting their body on the line. And recently, like guys like Kemba Walker, Isaiah Thomas, those are the main two I can think of right now. Obviously, it's RG3 for NFL. You know, guys putting everything on the line for their team, and then their career not panning out after that. Like it's really tough going back. So now when I think about things like this, is like I saw Victor Oladipo. He made a post game. A guy like Victor Oladipo. Think about that. You know, I read his tweet, but I didn't kind of really get it. But from what I got from it, I feel like he was saying that he want to make a change for the players, and that if an injury like this happens, then the game should stop. I don't really see that ever happening. You feel me? I don't think if somebody get hurt, even though but he was like, it doesn't matter if it's the finals. Why do they keep letting them play? Because after he got hurt, they kept playing like nobody did anything. But it's really tough on him, man. And I hope Tyrese will be able to come back from this injury. You know, the Indiana Pacers are definitely gonna hurt from this next year unless they can be able to make a trade or get somebody nice or Nemhard has to step up. But yeah, man, like I do agree that Tyrese should have played, but if his career never pan out and another player sees this going forward, real, would you be upset with the guy being like, I done seen this story happen so many times, I can't do it because I gotta protect myself. What you think about that, my guy?
I mean, it's not wrong with that decision. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, he knows his body better than anybody else. You feel me? Like, if he felt like he didn't need to play, he wouldn't have played. Like, it's not really much more to be said. It's just an unfortunate situation, honestly.
Yeah. This is a long conversation, really. Obviously, we're not gonna spend too much time on it, but there's a couple of people I was talking. They were like, you gotta take care of yourself, and then there's other people like you gotta do what's best for the team, and then your teammates gonna be like, hey, I'm hurting too. As far as you go along in the season, like we all hurt, dog. Like we all sacrificing everything. I'm sacrificing my contract year. I'm sacrificing my career too. You gotta thug it out. And Jalen Williams was hurt too. He messed up his wrist, thinking Game 5 or Game 6. Then once he started to let things fly, then it started to go his way. But yeah, moving along, man. Shea Gildress Alexander. Shea Gildress Alexander, SGA. Is he the face of the NBA right now? Is he the face of the league? The guy, him, what was it? Kareem, Shaq, and Michael Jordan are the only people to ever win a championship, MVP, finals MVP, and scoring title all in one season. Now, Shaq was the last person to do it, of our era of us actually understanding the game and watching it. Bron ain't do it. Kobe ain't do it. It's a lot of great guys. Like I feel like this moved him up on the ladder a lot, bro. Like it moved him up, and I personally think he the face of the league. I know Joker nice, but like this is crazy.
Me personally, I wouldn't say he's the face of the league.
Mm.
Not right now. Like, it was cool. He did what he did. You know what I mean? It's a historical run, especially giving the Thunder their first ring. But he signed a Converse, bro. I don't think nobody who signed a Converse is gonna be the face of the league right now. Like that. Based off what happened with Jaylen Brown, them sneaker deals have a lot to do with how, you know, the world sees you, or how they will promote you to be the face of the league and things of that nature. So, like, I don't know, man. He's definitely in running for maybe the best player in the league, but just because you're the best player in the league don't mean necessarily the face of the league.
So you think that he's not the face of the league due to just because he signed the Converse?
Not because of that, but that plays a major role in how they're gonna, promote you as that face of the league. You know what I mean? Like, Converse is hasn't they haven't really been a, a big, like, part of basketball culture since like the 80s, when Larry Bird and Magic had that commercial and things like that. You feel me? So, like, now this is probably like their rejuvenation where they could go and get more players to sign with them, have sneakers for people who's actually gonna sell, like things like that. But as far as him being the face of the league, like, you gotta do a little more, man. Like, granted, he did a lot this year. You feel me? He's done a lot this year. The last year too, I believe he was a scoring champion last year too. But it's like, I don't know, man. That's a big shift, especially when LeBron's still in the league. Like, you feel me? It's guys like Jason Tatum. You feel me? Jokic. Like, it's other guys who have done it as well. Granted, Tatum no got a Finals MVP, but, like, you feel me? Jokic got 3 MVPs, or two, however many he got. Like, you feel me? Like, it's other people with better resumes, in my opinion, who I feel like could be next up before Shea.
Mm. Copy, Helena. Copy. Appreciate you joining in. Oh man, so I think this is our first one, Rel. I think this is our first one where we go back to back on it on the live, man. Converse, this is Converse is this is what they've been waiting for. They've been waiting for this. They've
For
been
sure.
waiting for this. They are the start of everything. They've been waiting for this. And they got a guy who is now young, who is now back to back 30 points, averaging, who has won the championship the right way, because a lot of people have, in our era, have jumped to different teams or added another superstar. This was legit the legit way. You know what I'm saying? This was the legit way. And the fact that he won MVP and Finals MVP and won, and he took out Joker. They beat Joker in Game 7. They won that series. They
Yeah.
had 80, what, 80, 88? Or no, not 88. No, I'm just crazy. But like
84, I believe. 84.
84. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Bron is still in the league, but we know Bron is going out. Steph is going out. KD is, everybody got they say so about KD and all that stuff. But like those guys are going out. If you look at anyone else from other than those guys, I mean, of course, Joker has the 2 MVPs, but that's type crazy, dog. This is type crazy. Even when Joker won, they didn't have the record like how Shea did. I honestly think, man, I think he the face of the league right now, bro. Because if Anthony Edwards would have did this, people would say he's the face of the league. And I'm an Anthony Edwards guy. I've been talking about Ant-Man. If Luka would have did this, they would have said he's the face of the league. Just off of everything. He checked all box, all NBA, all that, man. I definitely feel like Shea got to be the like face of the league right now. And they probably gonna go like they got a chance to go back and do it again. It ain't been a while with a guy been averaging 30 in a minute. I mean, my bad. You got Giannis doing it. Giannis do it, and
Embiid.
I think and Embiid, yeah, but Embiid never got past the second round, so like we really can't throw him
Yeah,
in there. But yeah, Giannis. But Giannis is crazy too. I ain't mad if you say Giannis, but I don't know. It just look real crazy for Shea.
I
Cause
feel
like
like you just give him that title off of just one playoff run, bro. Like it's like yeah, it's a historical run, but I can't give him the keys to the league off of just this one run.
but that's who but everybody else do it. That's what I said. If it was Luca, they would have did that.
I wouldn't. You asking me? I don't care what everybody else saying. You feel
So
me?
Joker's the face of the league for you?
Nah, me personally, I still think it's Bron, bro. Bron's influence and impact on the league is still as great as anybody else's right now, bro. That's just me keeping it hot. Like
Mm.
you feel me? Like, and after Bron, I would have to say Steph Curry. You feel me? But after them two, it's up in the air. Honestly, like yeah, you got your young guns like Ant, Tatum, people coming. You feel me? Coming up, Shea definitely coming up. Know what I mean? But it's like it's a you got. I feel like he's done a lot, but we have to see it continue to be consistent. Like you feel me? Like it's just these last 2 years, yeah, he's been consistent. He went and got a ring, this and the third. Who's to say next year he doesn't have a down year? The Thunder don't be number one in the West. Like you feel me? Like I just can't just say he's the face of the league off of just this one ring.
So when Brown won his first ring, when Brown won his first chip, they put him as the face of the league. So are you just saying it's off of impact or for what you do?
It's both, honestly. Like it's really a combination of both. Like how they push you in the media. You know what I mean? What you do on the court, it's a, it's a little bit of both. Like I don't know. It's a tough conversation. Like everybody's gonna have their opinions. Like you feel me? There's no wrong answer. There's no right
Yeah.
answer. You know what I mean? This is one of those type conversations. But I just feel like you can't just give him the keys when it's people who've done what he's done as far as winning a championship and winning an MVP. You feel me? Like other people have done it. Giannis has done it. Giannis won championship, MVP, defensive player of the year, finals MVP, all in the same year. Like you feel like, but they didn't give him the keys and say he was the face of the league after that year. You know what I mean? So
People. I mean, that's because with Braun was still like younger. That's why I feel like on the Giannis part, because Braun was still younger. So, but like Braun 40 now. Like unless Braun win another championship, but like that's the only reason why I feel like Braun's about to go. Braun got like 2 more years left.
yeah, but still, it's other people, bro. Like Jokic has been doing this for the last 3 4 years. Granted, he don't want to be the face of the league and he don't entertain none of that, but that's why the media and that type narrative kind of can push that, you feel me, onto somebody. You know what I mean? Like I just can't really just give it to him like just because of this run.
All right. So what does he need to do then? Win another championship?
Nah, not necessarily. But if he leads the league in scoring again, can make the Thunder bring them to the number one seed, like because everybody knows once you do it once, it's harder to do it a second time. Like
Absolutely.
that's why it's been 7 new champions in the last 7 years. Like you feel me? So it's like, yeah, right now is his moment. I'm not taking nothing away from him, but I just can't give him the keys to the league. I just can't. Like, you feel me? All respect to him. I picked him. They was my pick. You know what I mean? But I just can't give him the keys to the league. I can't. Like, it's still a lot of gray area with you feel me? Other people. Like, you feel me? Like, really, I ain't gonna hold you.
I know what you about to say.
You know
Oh
why?
my God, you
You
can't
know
put him
why?
in this
Like,
conversation. You can't
you
put him in this conversation.
can't,
You
you
cannot
can't
put him in this conversation.
You can't because he
You
didn't get the
cannot put him in this
finals.
conversation.
He didn't get the Finals MVP and all this, that, and
Go
third.
ahead and say the name so the people can know who you're
That's,
talking about.
but that's why I say
Say
it's
the person
losing
name so
the
the people can know
media
who you're talking
what
about.
they need to do on the court. Jason Tatum, bro. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, that's why it's a little bit of both, bro. Like, because if you look at it, bro, who was in the Superman commercial? Jason Tatum. Who, like, you feel me? That's why it's a little bit of both of, like, you feel me? He's been all NBA the last 5 years, first team, all in, like, you feel me? Like, it's an argument for him there. Yeah, he didn't get a NBA Finals MVP or a regular season MVP or this, that, and the third. But how many other people have been first team All NBA the last 5 years
Bro, shut
straight?
up. It's been people before that in the back in the day, bro. Tatum
Yeah,
can't
back
be in
in the
this.
day. But we
Tatum
talking about right
can't.
now.
Tatum can't be in this conversation because he not more accomplished than Giannis.
That's cool.
Like he can't be in this conversation at all. He hasn't like he.
You're
I'm
right. He
not
can't.
mad if you say Giannis. I'm not mad if you say Giannis, but Tatum cannot be in this conversation at all. He has not done anything yet. I'll say yet, like Giannis,
I feel you. He hasn't. He doesn't have those individual accolades. Yeah, I'll give you
and
that.
that's what makes you
Have
the
those.
face of
Yeah,
the league.
for sure. But I'm not giving it to somebody off 1 year. They didn't give it to Giannis off 1 year. They didn't give it to Joker off 1 year. They
They did give it to Joker. They did give it to Joker. When Joker won, they gave it to Joker. They most definitely did. They definitely gave it to Joker.
I believe it was and B has something to say about that too though. It won't just clear cut Joker, bro. Like
It can't, and you can, and B can't be in this conversation either because he ain't never get past the second round.
I feel that, bro. But I just can't off 1 year. I can't give it to him off 1 year. That's just me. Like, I
I
can't
feel
give it
it.
to him.
I feel
I
it.
can't give it to him off 1 year. Like last year, they got bounced in the second round. They did it this year. Let me see what they do next year. Then maybe we can revisit this conversation. But I just can't give it to him. Best player in the league. All right, I'll give you that. You're the best player in the league. You
Normally,
win
when
it
you're the best player in the league, you're the face of the league, though.
normally.
I mean, Nick, people ain't doing this normally. Ain't nobody doing this normally. Finals MVP, scoring champ. People that do that, Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal. Like, ain't nobody, like I said, Bron, like, ain't nobody doing this regular. This ain't just regular stuff. Scoring title, MVP, finals MVP, like, that's all NBA. Ain't nobody doing best record in the league, the most wins. Ain't copy. Ain't people ain't doing that. But yeah, absolutely for sure. It's a good thing right here to speak on. Like y'all let us know what y'all think about it. Is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander the face of the NBA right now? Or does he have to do a lot more to become the face of the NBA? Or is it someone else? Put it like that. That's a good topic. That's a good thing right there. That was our first one. That's our first one. All right, plenty more to come down the line.
For
All right,
sure.
so yeah, plenty more. Hey, so Rel, we ain't got to spend too much on the OKC real fast. But look, a quick tip. Can OKC go back to back? I think they can. They have a lot of picks. They're very young. They got everybody coming back. If they want to mess around and trade all them picks to go get Giannis or somebody, they could probably mess up the whole league like that. Will it be easy? No, because a lot of teams are getting better, especially Dallas and the Spurs. We never know what can happen if they get Giannis. That happens. But and the Rockets now got Kevin Durant. We'll get into that after this. But I definitely think OKC has a high chance of going back to back. They got a lot of depth, and then they got those picks, man. What you think?
I mean, they do. But just off of how things have been going, I don't see them going back to back. I think this is the way that the league has been controlling the narrative just to kind of like build the ratings. Because I don't know if you've seen, they said that Game 7 was the most watched finals game in the last like 6 years.
Facts,
And
history. Yeah,
I feel like this puts the league in a good place. You feel me? Not having it where you know who's gonna win next year. Like, know what I mean? So like it's definitely possible. Know what I mean? But one thing, everybody gotta stay healthy.
yeah,
That injury bug is, you feel me? Like it can really devastate teams. Look at the Celtics. Like, you feel me? Tatum went out, Porzingis wasn't healthy, Jalen Brown was dealing with a knee issue. Like, you feel me? If we was 100%, we probably would have seen them. You feel
yeah.
me? So, right. It just depends if they're healthy, and Shea is doing this. Oh yeah, for sure. You feel me? For sure. If he leading the league and scoring again, because I just see everybody getting better. They're young, like, you feel me. So everybody's gonna get better. They got Caruso locked in, Hartenstein locked in. They main core guys. They 8-man rotation, 9-man rotation is still locked in for next year. They just gotta stay healthy. Chet, he's injury prone. You feel me? Like, if
Yep.
Chet if they didn't have Chet in the finals, I don't know if they win. Know what I mean? So like they got to stay healthy, but it's a very good possibility. Like, you feel me? Out of the West, they probably one of the teams that definitely could come out the West next year. Now, I mean, we don't know how the offseason is about to go, but based off how they're built right now, I could see them definitely making it to the Western Conference Finals again. Now winning it, depending on who they play, I don't know. But once you win, everybody tries to find that weakness and pry into it, and you feel me, figure out how to beat you. So it's just, you feel me, to be determined, honestly. But I can see it happening.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Thank you for everybody joining in the stream. Appreciate all y'all. Appreciate the comments y'all been giving too, man. Next topic we about to speak on is about Kevin Durant to the Rockets, what we all spoke about. Right now, if you in there, I'll say it again. Make sure you share to 5 people, share to 10 people, send them the link. We need everybody to come in, and if you're trying to come in the live right now, hit me up. Let me know. We can send you the link, get you in for like a little quick 3 to 5 minutes, maybe 10, and we could talk about whatever you want to talk about as well. It's an open line too. All right. As y'all see below, Kevin Durant to the Rockets is next, and that's what we're about to speak on now. Kevin Durant. Durantula is on the move again. He has got traded to the Rockets, man. Now, you know, we thought the Spurs real. I said realistically was the Spurs. I said the best fit I think he should go to is the Rockets, and I said it was on and popping with Ime. You said Minnesota Timberwolves. I do like him going to the Rockets, real. I do. I like him going to the Rockets. I just personally, I'm gonna be honest with you, real. Personally, my guy, I didn't think they were gonna give up this much. I thought they would figure out a way to keep him at least keep Jalen Green. I did. I thought it was all of them going to be there. As y'all can see on the screen right now and hearing for the audio, the Suns received Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the 2025 first round pick. That's going to be in 2 days. Actually, this Wednesday is the draft for everyone that does not know. And they gave up 5 second round picks. And to put this in perspective, Desmond Bain went for more first round picks than Kevin Durant. Like I said, man, I think the Rockets gave up too much, but their best bet to make this all work out is to do what they've been trying to do behind closed scenes, and that is to trade out Brent Sengun and get Giannis Antetokounmpo. Don't be surprised if that happened. They're trying to do it. I'm not saying that it is going to happen, but they have a nice little squad now. They kept Jabari Smith. That was pretty good. So I see why they gave up Jalen Green. The Suns are now able to have their picks now. They didn't have any draft picks because they traded them all trying to get Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. But Jalen Green is now over there with Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. They got a future. Can they use it as a trade bait? Possibly. I think they should, unless D Book goes straight to the one. But we'll see what happens on that. But yeah, Rel, what's your reaction on KD to the Rockets, and do you think they gave up too much? Because you personally had Minnesota being the best spot for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good move for the Rockets. It gives them that shot maker that they need because Jalen Green wasn't that. Uh, Honestly, I like them giving up Jalen Green. Give him a new change of scenery. Like, he was already last year. They didn't want to pay him the max. They felt like he wasn't worth it. Based off what he did in the playoffs, they were right. He wasn't worth it. So give him a new change of scenery. I hate that they couldn't find a third team to take him. I don't like him in Phoenix, but supposedly Phoenix is trying to move him as well. If they don't move him, D Book might be next. You know what I mean? Like, Phoenix had new ownership last year. They might see a whole new direction for where they want their team to go. Uh, but I mean, it's a good fit. Now, will it be enough as they're constructed right now? I don't know. Like you said, giving up Dylan Brooks, arguably their best defender last year. Uh, Jalen Green, yeah, he didn't shoot good, but an athletic wing, you need that in the league. As you see, Jalen Williams, Jalen Brown, guys like that, championship. You feel me? Help
Mhm.
team championship. But I mean, KD's a champion in his own right. You feel me? Granted, some people don't like how he went to Golden State, but regardless, he got it done. You know what I mean? And he was the Finals MVP both of those years. So you got to put some respect on his name for sure. You know what I mean? So him, Fred VanVleet, they both championship pedigree type players. Now, if they go get Giannis, I don't really like Giannis over there with them. KD, Giannis, Fred. Like, I'd rather them try to see if they could get in a free agent market. Because that boy Jabari Smith is a dog, bro.
Yes.
He's a like, people forget he went second overall. He's
Yep.
a dog. You know what I mean? Like, he just ain't be able to do what he has to do because they've been trying to figure out who they are. You know what I mean? So, but now he's playing with who he said. I believe he said KD's his favorite player.
Mhm.
So, like, that might unlock a whole new type of dog in him. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's still a lot of things to be determined. So, but we'll see though. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll for sure see. I mean, I like the lineup. I like what they got. They got Fred. They got Amen. They can put Katie at the 3. They can have Jabari at the 4, Tyree Eason, whatever they want to do on that. And then they still got Alperen Sengun, and they signed back Steven Adams. So I like what they got over there. But they need somebody that's gonna be able to make some threes. And that's where, I mean, they got Fred, so I guess Amen can go play the 1 at sometimes. But yeah, man, this was a lot that they gave up. I like it. This is Kevin Durant out of what, like 15? He hasn't won unless he played with Steph. A lot of people says that Steph Curry can do one of the funniest things if he eliminates them. But yeah, like he's trying to get that ring. He's trying to do what he got to do. But he said that the Suns didn't want him though. That's what he said. So like, I don't know. Like that's where the tricky part come in, because it's not like he requested, like how he left OKC to go to Golden State. He said the Suns ain't want me. They ain't. You know what I'm saying? So all right, that's what they got. What they wanted. I got what I wanted. So that's what that tough part on that. Throw you a little curveball though, Rel. Throw you a little curveball. Did you see this ring culture conversation?
Nah, what are you talking about?
You ain't see what T Mac said?
Nah, what do you say?
Oh man, ring culture conversation, man. I'm gonna say it. I'll let you read it below. T Mac said he would have won if he was on the Lakers with Shaq instead of Kobe. He said that he ain't never get the opportunity to win, to be in a position to win a championship, even though he played with Vince Carter, even though he played with Ron Artest and Yao Ming and all of them. But he said he didn't get an opportunity to win a championship. But he said he would have won if he was on the Lakers with Shaq. That at the time, T Mac was the best at that time. But I just feel like a lot of people, there's been a lot of people talking, like, I ain't gonna say bad, but like been kind of like throwing Kobe in those type of conversations now that he not here.
Man, at that time, I feel like if you was a top guy in the league, anybody could win with Shaq. You know what I mean? Like he ain't 3P for no reason. Like granted, Kobe hit some big shots. He did what he had to do, but T Mac was arguably just as good as him, if not better, at that time. You know what I mean? Like, cause they come in the same draft class, '96.
Something like that, yeah.
You feel
Well,
me? So,
yeah.
like, and yeah, T Mac did. How many years did he play with Yao Ming, Ron Artest? Like one.
Nah, bro, he was there for a minute. He played like maybe like 4, and I mean they lost it, but it's funny they lost to Kobe without Shaq.
Mm.
Like in the playoffs, and when I don't know if you remember when Aaron Brooks was going crazy, Ron Artest was going crazy, because remember Ron Artest lost and then he left and went to the Lakers, and that's when he hit the shot. Remember Kobe passed me the ball, he passed
Yeah.
like all that. So it's like they were. I think they had the best. Like he played with y'all. He played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5.5 because he got traded to the Knicks. But yeah, we're gonna say 5 seasons. He got traded 5 seasons. I mean, he played 5 seasons with Houston, and that was
Yeah.
when he was 25 through 29. So he was still, after he was the scoring champ, he averaged 28 points in 2003, 2004. The next year, because he was averaging 32 points per game in 2002, 2003. Then he was the scoring title. I mean, he was a scoring champ there. Then 2003, 2004, he was a scoring champ again with 28. In 2024, 25, he left Orlando and went to Houston. And he averaged 25 and, all that stuff. But, I just, it's, I mean, he had a chance. Like, you play with
Yeah.
Yao.
he definitely had a chance. I ain't gonna say he ain't never have a chance. You know what I mean? When you a top team in the conference, you feel me? Top 3 team in the conference, you definitely got a chance to at least make it to the finals. Like you feel me? But like I don't know, man. You know, people gonna say whatever to start controversy, give them some relevancy. You know, he might got a book coming out or something. You never know. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's neither here nor there. I don't like speaking on hypotheticals. You know, granted, they do bring up good conversations sometimes. But, bro, that was 20, 15, 20 years ago, bro. Like, it's cool. Why? You think that? What's next? Like, you think that was next? Like, what?
Yeah, man, I'm looking at it now. That 2008, 2009 season, they was 53-29. They finished second in the West, and they lost one, two, yeah, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They went to 7 games with Kobe, and they lost. And on that team that he had, they lost game 7, 70-89. Actually, no, I lied. I apologize. He wasn't on that team. All right, I apologize. He wasn't on that team that lost to the Lakers that last year. Metal World Peace was, but the year before that, he was on the team. So he had a chance because they finished third like 3 years in a row. And yeah, so I think that's really tough. But and more about the ring culture convo, because I think it ain't a thing. It started off because Bron was, and you spoke about this too, Rel. In the first pod that we did, Bron said that a ring is a team accomplishment. You know, he said it's a ring, is a team accomplishment. He said he didn't like how like great guys, like for example, because he did the pod with Steve Nash, and he was like Charles Barkley, like he said he doesn't like that those guys can't be in those conversations just because they don't have a ring, because a ring is a team accomplishment. Some people didn't have a chance and some people did have a chance, but that still doesn't take away from the personal accolades or personal performance that they did. And that's when this whole conversation started off about the ring culture and everything with that.
Yeah, I mean, if one person know ring is a team accolade, nigga, it's Bron. Bron, what? You feel me? So like, he's right in that regard. Know what I mean? But I mean, it just happens, man. Some people just like, you know what I say, bro. Sometimes you got some people you can't win with. Like, I'm a firm believer in that. No matter how good you are, you just don't got championship DNA. You feel me? So it's like, it sucks that that's the case, but that's life. You feel me? Like, it's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. You feel me? Like, but it also goes into, you feel me, health, things like that. Like, it's a bunch of things. That's why it's a team accolade. You know what I mean? Because you could be the best player, but if your third, fourth player hurt, then the fifth, sixth got to be the third, fourth. Like, they might not be built for it. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's pretty tough on that, man. I think that the ring culture convo, I will agree that our era has started that whole thing. You can't be great unless you have a chip.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why KG and the boys did their thing. I feel like that's why Bron did his thing. I feel like KD did his thing. You know what I'm saying? But they wasn't the only people that tried to do it, because Charles Barkley definitely tried to go play with Hakeem and them. Karl Malone tried to go play with the Lakers and them. So like, people trying to do what they got to do. I mean, Meta World Peace lost. If we being honest, Meta World Peace lost to the Lakers 7 games and left the next year, won the championship. Same thing you could on some KD. So like, but people ain't gonna talk about that unless you like in the conversations of like being the guy.
Good
Flower,
flower.
what up, Flower? What up, Flower? Appreciate you joining, man. Appreciate you joining.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you joining in, yo. He said, "What's up, chat? Yeah, we got Flower Guy coming in here trying to turn anything up. Appreciate you, my guy. Um, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Um, yeah, man, the ring culture was really off of our era, but we got this was a nice little smooth one. We got the NIL talk, soon. You know what I'm saying? NIL. Look, we could give a little sneak peek on it. But what's your What's your take on NIL? A little brief one, because it's gonna be a long segment. We have Mar and all that.
Me personally, I feel like they college athletes deserve to get paid. You know what I mean? Now the M's they began. Granted, what's it? NCAA is $1 billion industry. You feel me? So like, yeah, but sometimes like they still kids, man. Like that's a lot of money for a kid, man. Like you feel me? Like so, I mean, but hey, you cut from that cloth where they willing to pay you that bag, should go get it. You know what I mean? I ain't never want to knock somebody hustle, but I feel like got to be a little more restraints. They got to tighten it up, which they've been trying to do, giving all control to the schools. Know what I mean? Where the NCAA ain't really gonna regulate none of that. It's on the school. But with that, it's a lot of, you feel me, the dirty hands in the pot. You feel me? It could be a lot of like blackmailing going on, things like that. You feel me? Like professional athletes don't even like people calling them out on messing up parlays. You feel me? So imagine college athletes, people be in their class, like, oh man, I just bet on you. Like, you feel me? It's easier access to get to them. Like, know what I mean? So from that aspect, it's like he's got to clean it up a little. But I'm all for people going to get their bag, man.
Hey, I'm all for it. As being we ain't gonna speak too long on it because it's gonna be a long segment on it. But as being a former college athlete, I've been seeing a lot of guys D1, D2, D3, NAIA, D1, D2, whatever. I don't care about the D1, D2. I've seen a lot of guys struggling. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say. I saw a lot of guys struggling. I'm talking about the top of the top and the bottom, whatever you want to. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I really don't like to say bottom of the bottom because I feel like everybody, when it's time to lace up, you could get it popping. But whatever, how we gonna look at it on the division and all that. But coaches don't like that players are getting paid. And I feel it because it was always like that beforehand. It was always like that they was the coach and they get paid, and rightfully so. I ain't mad at that. Respect coaches. You need coaches. You do. You need coaches. I know that's another topic. Some people feel like you don't need coaches and all that stuff, but you need coaches. But what it sucks about it is everybody not making it to the league, Rel. Everybody not making it. Everybody not making it to the league.
It's life.
That's just what it is. Everybody not making it. They're not. So like, why you in college, especially if you playing Division 1 and on TV, at least get you some duckies, because it ain't hurting nobody. The coach is gonna get paid if they make it far, they get bonuses. If you win a championship, I remember Theo Pinson said this. I think in 2016 when they won, he said when we won a championship, all we got was a hat and a T-shirt. When they kept winning, respect Roy Williams the G all day. Roy Williams got a bonus on his contract, and that's what you do. But it's like, damn, we just get a T-shirt. And what? Theo Pinson went to the league. Isaiah Hicks went to the league, but he ain't really play that long in there. He overseas. Kennedy Meeks was a great. You feel me? He didn't play that long, so it's like
Tyler Hansborough.
You feel me? Like Ty Lawson had him a nice little stint, but Tyler Hansbrough, if you really compare him out of all the players I just named, you would think he was going to be the next Cooper Flag or something like that. You feel me? So, but yeah, that's a small little thing. Like I said, we're gonna have a long, long, long conversation on this NIL talk. I do think players should get paid. I think coaches should get paid, but coaches feel like it's hard to coach people right now because or at least recruit people because players are asking like, y'all want the money, and it's like it's always been about the money. Real ain't everything always about the money?
Yes, sir.
You get to a certain point of time, you do it for the heart. Don't get me wrong. You got to have that dog in you. But ain't nobody playing for free. Forever, at least.
At first, they thought that free education was enough. You feel me? But some people don't even take that serious. So you feel me? Like they trying to get it how they can. But like you said, we're gonna talk about that another day.
Yeah, man. But appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Like, I'm out. We're gonna say this again, yo. Make sure y'all share to 10 people. Share to 10 people, man. Share to 10 people. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. If y'all mess with Call of Duty and streaming, y'all see Rel is in here. Rel is about to go live in a couple minutes. Warzone, but I'll let you speak on that,
Sir,
Rel. Speak on
yes,
that. What you
sir.
about to do in a couple minutes?
My Twitch, man, Rail Santana 10. I'll be going live Call of Duty. Probably start some IRL streams sometime, you feel me, in the next couple months. Just trying to get some more content out there, different type content for everybody. My boy Flower, we in the clan, LFG clan, be out there streaming. Good entertainment. Know what I mean? Good entertainment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure y'all see it below, man. Twitch, Rel Santana 10, about to go live real soon. Um, that's all I got. That's all we got for today, Rel. Anything you got to say to the people before we go?
Nah, man, appreciate everybody tuning in. You know, it's a little late. You know, East Coast, 10 o'clock. People gotta get ready for work. But you know, you can't beat good debates, discussion. Me and Ray we're gonna keep you entertained, whether we agree or not. Know what I mean? You feel me? So appreciate everybody. That's all I got for now.
Yeah, and to add on to that, like I appreciate everybody coming in as well. And if you're just joining in, look, the audio is on the podcast app, Raise Podcast. This video is going to be on YouTube. When you go on YouTube, Raise Podcast, all you got to go is click live. When you click live, it's going to be right there. Everything is there, including old videos from the past. So if you ain't listened to the whole conversation, you easily can watch it on visual. And if you don't like person listening, watching it on visual on YouTube, you can easily, while you driving in the whip, podcast app, Spotify, all of everything that you know is there. Raise Podcast. All right, man. That's it for us tonight. Y'all make sure y'all have a good night. OKC is the champions. Cal King, what's up? Appreciate you joining in. Rail about to go live real soon. I appreciate everybody joining in. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe. And yes, sir. So what it is and what it ain't, you don't like what we gotta say, join the debate. Got me.
Not be.